So what happens to a machine after I've sold it? Well, you may not care, but I care. I want to know. So I have this machine right here. This is a computer that I sold about 3 or 4 weeks ago to a client who wanted an i7 machine for streaming video. It turned out the machine that he needed was something a bit more powerful than this, so he actually traded it in for a build that I just completed a couple of days ago. I'll link that machine build in the video description. In the meanwhile, I have this machine right here that was traded in. This was an old pre-built machine, had an i7 2600, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and GTX 1050 Ti. I'm curious at how this machine fared over the past month, and I want to take a look inside and see what the condition of it is. So this is the first time I've opened it before, so you're going to join me as I open up this machine and see what it looks like. Now, before I do any benchmarks to see before and after, see what's going on with this machine, I do want to open it up and just take a visual inspection of it. Let's take a look on the inside. Ooh, interesting. Alright, well, I do see, take a look at everything. The wires was already a mess on this thing because I had to add in a USB 3 card to this thing and it barely fit. I am going to remove that on this machine as I resell it. But in the meantime, this all looks fine right here, but my main concern is the CPU is, it's only been like 3 weeks. How did he get that much dirt in it? My God, I'm going to take that apart and clean that up properly for him. I'm going to take that apart and clean that up. That looks pretty bad right there. Everything else looks pretty good. The graphics card I can't see very well until I take it out. There does seem to be some dust on there. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but here is definitely some dust right there. Oh my God. Okay, well there's some dust in there too. Well, I am going to take this machine apart and try to clean it. So yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, start cleaning this thing. Ooh boy. Sorry for the background sound, that's my dishwasher going off. And let's open this up and Alright, let's try to do this one-handedly. Take this off. There we go. Take this off. Ooh. And I'm going to go ahead and just get me a cloth, some alcohol, and clean some of this dust that's on here. Let's clean all this dust. Alright. You can actually see it right there on the rag. Ugh. What the fuck? What the heck was this, what's going on in this guy's house? It was so dusty. Each blade one at a time. Alright, I think I got most of that off of there. It does look a lot better from before. Let me go ahead and put some dust in the back there. So just go ahead and get really loud. Much cleaner. Now let's go to here. This card. Let's pull this up one-handedly. Get stuck on me. Hate that metal stuff. And this is. Ooh. What the heck? What's all that dust? That's fur? Ugh. Quickly. Have to clean all this. It'll take a while. Excuse me as I do all this. Only in 3 weeks all this dust appeared. This is mainly because it doesn't have a fucking air filter. The old pre-belts had that problem. That looks a lot better on this. That's like before and after. See the other side real fast. Right. Let's go ahead and just Alright, let's put it back together. Okay, so I finished my benchmarking, and the results actually weren't all that surprising. For most games like Overwatch or Fortnite, you're only talking about maybe a 5 to 10 frames per second difference in performance from the time before I cleaned the machine to the time after I cleaned the machine. For Eugene Heavens, around 2 frames per second different, and for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it was like a 1 frame per second different, hardly anything. The same for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is around 1 to 2 frames per second difference. So the difference wasn't all that much, but considering that the machine was only in the client's hands for about 3 or 4 weeks, that is pretty significant. Mostly that has to do with the dust buildup in the machine. I can't really blame the customer on that too much because these old pre-built machines didn't have any kind of dust filter on them. It is just clear as day, just air comes in, air goes out, there's no filtration in it, and it just kind of gets really dirty in that regard. If anything, this just reiterates the importance of keeping your system clean. Obviously, if you live in a house with carpet, lots of pets, you're going to want to clean out the machine regularly. If you have a lot of pets, once every month or two, clean it up with some canned air or get a data vac and use that, blow some air on it, and keep your system cool for a long period of time. But I was just really curious about the overall state of the system. After I sold it, something I hadn't really happened to me before, to get a system back so I could refurbish again, flip it again. So it was a good opportunity for me to take a look at my work and see how it held up, and it also was an opportunity for me to see what the actual differences are, and to actually see dust buildup over time and how that affects the machine. If anything, this can probably help people out there who maybe they have a computer that's running a little bit hot. Just get some canned air, blow it out. And in extreme cases, you can probably disassemble the CPU heatsink from the motherboard and apply new thermal paste, stuff like that. Little things like that can really extend the life of your machine and can really make a big impact on performance. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe on the bottom, comment to me everything I did right, or just tell me everything I did wrong. Like and subscribe anyway, so you can insult me more.